here we are playing Treasure Knight, and Treasure Knight is looking to be like a sunken ship. So that makes a lot of sense. Whoa, okay, that's not quite what I expected, but it's also really fun, and there's a goddamn propeller plane. That's the other sound of wildlife that we get to experience. Let's see if I can hit the. I'm gonna try and hit these things. I actually probably don't need to, huh? I can probably just hit it myself. Interesting stuff. I wonder if they're gonna do like a puzzle based on hitting the shells in a certain way to like unlock areas or something. Who knows? Could be very interesting if they were to do something like that. It also looks like something I need to keep in mind is that the way that the bubbles, the way that those bubbly platforms behave is that the bottom part falls out first, and then it slowly starts to, interesting, those float. It slowly starts to drip upwards, but until then, like, I'm just stuck there at the top, just kind of chilling out. So I need to keep those two facts in mind. They're little subtle things, but it's good to keep the little subtle things in mind, because those are oftentimes where the intricacies of the game and its puzzles are going to shine through. So I'm just going to play it safe and try to kill this thing with a little bit of invincibility on my side. Close enough. Oh, there's something up here, isn't there? Let's jump up here and wallop. Oh, I can't. Oh, wait, yes I can. Okay. So to do that, let's hit this to the right, and we'll hit this upwards. And that worked perfectly. That unlocked a little ladder here, which we can climb up and get perhaps a... Yep, we'll be able to get one of those little musical scores, so we'll be able to do that. And it was actually pretty easy to get into here. All I had to do was just have the eye to see it in the first place. It was just nothing but money, but money's okay. Definitely can't go wrong by having the extra money, since that ends up being the way that we get like health and stuff in this game. So no problems there whatsoever. Let's see if things are going to respawn. They are, but they're not going to respawn in a super annoying way, so that works out really well for us. And this guy is different. He now has a ranged attack. That's not cool at all. And he's also right on the edge of the platform. That's also not very cool. So what I can do is wait until he does something. Or alternatively, I can just be invincible and then approach him that way. That worked pretty well. And I also managed to get a little bit of extra invincibility juice out of the deal, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that was worth it. Interesting little way that the stuff behaves, like with the swimming specifically. Uh-oh. Don't like the eel. Oh, okay. That went really, really poorly. I bounced off the eel by using my downward shovel attack. And I never even made it to a checkpoint. Great. So that's fine. Gonna go ahead and say that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Cooler than like Fonzie meeting Michael Jackson and then having a staring contest with Adam West or something like that. I don't know why I consider Adam West to be cool. I mean, maybe he's an ironic kind of cool. I'm sure some sort of hipsters probably look up to Adam West and say, hey, that guy's totally awesome. And you know what? They're kind of wrong. He's a very, very interesting guy, but I would not consider Adam West to be very cool. Don't even know how I got on this subject in the first place, but gonna go ahead and not really mind all that much about it. That more or less worked the way I wanted it to. That didn't work well, but I can probably make this work or not, or I can just take a ton of damage. One way or the other, I'm going to eventually get out of this segment. This segment kind of played out a little bit differently than I expected, what with this guy being down here now. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to lure him to the right, and we're going to attempt to jump, and succeed at jumping, and that gets us through this segment, with only taking about roughly half of our health and damage, but it's fine. Okay, so this eel was definitely designed to be a complete jerk. And there we go, got full health back, so it wasn't even that big of a deal in the first place. Eels, no. So the eels are invincible. Aw, look at how close I was. If I had made it here last time, it would have been no big deal. Oh well. Oh. Okay. That all worked out pretty well. I saw that there was a secret, and I thought to myself, I'm going to go for the secret. And you know what? I made it happen. I was like myself and the captain. I made it happen. I did not need a phase there, but I'm getting full health, or full mana anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. Depending on spoilers, nah, don't spoil anything. You wouldn't spoil a car, would you? If so, then why would you spoil a video game? I mean, you could put a spoiler on a car, but that, you know what that does? That just makes you look like a terrible knucklehead. And I will not entertain any sort of terrible knuckleheadery, except when it comes from myself. I will not entertain any terrible knuckleheadery on this stream that comes from the chat in Origin. Terrible knuckleheadery on my part, completely unavoidable. That could have ended poorly. But interestingly enough, I wonder if that whole section with the room I was just in was just to teach you that those platforms go up in a safe way before putting those platforms in this section where they are not in a safe position. They're like kind of, oh no, don't break those things. I want those things to be alive. What the hell is this thing? Can I kill it? I mean, of course I can kill it. Oh. That more or less worked out well. Let's go ahead and just kind of move on with life. Yeah, there we are. Perfect. Nothing to complain about there. You'd spoil a car and steal one. No. If you spoil a car, that just makes you look like you're trying to be tough, especially if it's like a, I don't know, like a Japanese-made car or something like that. That just looks silly. Let's kick that thing's ass. Interesting. So these guys are only vulnerable on the eyeball. I thought, what are they? They look like squids, sort of. Well, that sucked. I definitely thought I jumped, but clearly I didn't. So, going to try to incorporate more jumping in general into the plan for the rest of my Shovel Knight days. In fact, I'm going to get a couple in right now while it's safe. Like those are excellent jumps. Exemplary, really. If I were to rate them on the scale of 1 to best jump in the world, I would say that they are Olympian in their amazementitude. Okay, let's go in here. Maybe there'll be more money. Nope, there's just pain. It's okay, I can use pain to do good things, as I am the Shovel Knight, and the Shovel Knight is wholly about inflicting pain upon those who deserve it. So, not really any excuse there, but maybe I can always come up with one. I will say that I was distracted by thinking about nothing. That's what I was distracted by. I literally just turned off my brain for a second, and the sheer absence of any sort of conscious thought whatsoever was so overwhelming in its purity and its like Zen-like perfection that I could not comprehend what was going on in the game itself. I'm gonna go ahead and try to use the Shelly Shell to kick some enemy ass. Unfortunately, it looks like this is a terrible spot to be in. It also looks like that guy doesn't really have any more spell up his sleeve, except that he totally does. So we're going to go ahead and try and whack him with the shell. That worked. We go ahead and try to do it again. That didn't quite work. That almost worked. It was kind of weird. Gonna go ahead and just move on. Uh-oh. Oh, no, Sereno. Definitely not appreciating that. Let's just use our phase ability to, come on, get us out of here. Okay, there we are. And I'm just gonna let that person be. Let bygones be bygones. And I'm gonna be the better person in that situation and just put aside our differences and move on to the next screen, where they will never venture, because that is my territory, and they know that, you know, as long as I'm not on their screen, we have no problems. It's sort of like a gang turf war, except way less tragic, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I think there's a secret right here. Yep, and it's a wall apple. Wall apple is acceptable. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that thing without taking damage, so I'll phase just a little bit to avoid it. There was totally a secret up there. Let's jump back up. Let's jump back up. Let's accept our losses and just kind of work my way through this whole segment. That was close enough to what I was going for. That whole section was actually not that bad. Definitely could have been a lot more difficult. I don't quite get what's going on here, but I'm gonna go ahead and bop him something proper. I think there might be there's gotta be some sort of secret business going on. I don't know. Seems just kind of strange. I don't quite get the cut of this room's jib. I don't get the taste of its sausage. No, not that. I don't like that one so much. The sourness of its salami. No, don't like that one too much either. The quality of its foul. Nope, not that one either. Okay, we're just gonna move on. Metaphors not gonna be happening tonight. Starting to think that Shovel Knight is not in fact a person of that armor, but merely a personification of knighthood, because apparently he doesn't need to breathe. Well, he is a video game character. When's the last time they had to breathe? Oh, I actually should have seen that coming. I was like, great, we get a special ability on this level. And the reality of the situation is that no, we do not. And interestingly enough, this works pretty well. This works really well. So this is one way to get through this scroller. It's gonna give that a little bop. Okay. Give it a couple more bops. Uh-oh. Actually didn't take any damage there. That worked out pretty well. I can also just use my phase next time it happens. Also, there's something inherently gross about a fish that's spitting out other fish towards me. Definitely not really appreciating that so much. Feels a little bit like maybe they're parasites or something like that, which do exist. There are parasitical things that live in the ocean, and what they do is they replace the tongues of fish. I could have used that drop. That's fine. What do we get? Do I get an item? Chester. Eel's alive. I haven't had a ride like that in ages. I think I'm gonna be sick. Anyway, I'm about to drop another great beat on you. Want to see it? No. Not your style, eh? Well, if you change your mind, oh. I can't talk to him. I want it now. Why is that even an option? I thought he would say, like... I thought he would say something to the effect of, like, well, too bad. You got to look at it anyway. Well, that's fine. I don't need special abilities. I don't need anything. I have everything I could need right here. Right over here. Because it's wall chicken. That's all I ever really needed. Anglerfish are evil looking either way. No, they're just misunderstood. They're just, you know, they can't help but be deep sea and fangly. It's just, you know, who they are, what they were born to do, how they were born to look. And I'll take it that you will never speak so poorly of the deep sea fangly fish again. That worked out well. Let's drop ourselves off of this here ladder and see what our little secrets are in store for us. That worked out pretty well. Didn't think I would actually make that jump. I took a little bit of damage there, but we can dodge and kill and kill. Okay, perfect. This segment is interesting. It looks like these are all just individual platforms, and that was not too bad at all. I think if that thing were placed in a slightly different spot, I think that what like that little floaty enemy was supposed to do was supposed to like cause us to get knocked off or something. I don't know. It just kind of didn't really do much of anything. So, oh well, no harm, no foul, except for to all the people who were, you know, harmed. But they weren't me, so it's not really my problem then, is it? And I don't need any more justification than they were in my way, and they weren't me, and I'm a video game character, so what more do I really need to go by? I'm gonna die. That went poorly. You can hear burbs. Yeah, I can't. I have my window open because it's really, really hot. And so you get to hear all the wonderful things of the nature, including burbs and burps and drawbridge, and this guy's gotten me every single time I've been in this room, but you know what? We'll get our revenge on him, like so. Now let's get revenge on his friend, who, I guess he's not really a friend because these are all, like, unconscious animals. And Shovel Knight is continuing the usual video game trend, where we basically destroy the hell out of some wildlife, and I'm gonna die again. I like that the bags of money are obeying the underwater physics. It's a nice little touch. You know, it means that they were consistent and they were actually good with how they programmed this thing. Okay, so that room went kind of sillily. Should have probably... Yeah, go ahead and take that. It's a bit of, more or less a skip. I mean, not really, but... de facto skip? Not really sure how to call it. And am I going to be able to grab this other bag? Nope. Well, I'm not going to really worry about it too much. Just whack that guy and move on with her life. Was it even necessary to kill him? Some might say no. I say yes. Let's see where this takes us. Oh, interesting. If you chill out on the thing for too long, it explodes. Well, I know that now, so... Oh, because they're torpedoes. Oh, no. Yeah, those are like cannons or something that I'm running around. Smooth move there, bird. Grove, you know, if I needed that sort of sass, I would go ahead and ask, like, life. Because life is way, way, way more cruel than you could ever hope to be. Okay, let's wallop this. Okay, nice little maneuver there. I think I might be expected to be using some more of my phasing ability in this segment. I don't know why it's giving me such a huge amount of... It gave me a full pot there, so not really sure what it's giving me that much for. But I don't know. Could just be a little bit of a I don't know, coincidence that they're just... Maybe I was supposed to use it in an earlier segment, and that's when they were supposed to give it to me. Gonna go ahead and hit up there, and that worked out pretty well. These things are gonna launch in periodic moments. Kind of saw that coming as soon as I walked in the room. I was like, these ones I don't control, so that makes them... Oh, this could be problematic. We're doing this over a death spike pit. Well, yeah, as soon as I walked in this room and I saw those two things without the ability to control them, I was like, they're going to launch themselves, aren't they? And launch themselves they did. So, more or less not at all what I wanted to do. It looked like I was going to recover it into something good. Instead, it was just a horrible failure. But it could have been a dramatic failure? Yeah, that's what we could have called it. I could have gotten killed instead. Interestingly enough, it looks like those missiles now, what they do... Oh, I thought I actually jumped over that thing. I was like, wow, I just reflexed the shit out of that. Let's go ahead and wallop, and wallop, and... What the hell? How am I supposed to do this segment without getting hurt? I don't think it's possible. I think that you're supposed to just take an ass ton of damage here. Come on. He outranged my shovel. How dare he? My shovel is a bastion of good weapon choices. It's like a spear, but with just a really, really fat tip. Read into that what you will, ladies. Okay, gonna go ahead and just jump off the missile so I don't fall to my death there. And, oh good, we made it to a checkpoint and a carrot. Okay, perfect. Also, that is an interesting mechanic, and I need to remember that I am not in underwater physics. Oh. Okay, well, at least it's right there. I don't have underwater physics going on for me, so I need to make sure that whatever I do, I don't depend on being able to jump higher than I actually can normally now. Ooh, that was actually really close there. I didn't know if I was going to be able to hit that thing in time or if it would launch another projectile before I landed on it. Let's get up here, get this thing a wallop, and give it another wallop. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so the anchors can... No. Okay, so the anchors can kill you. If they can kill enemies, they can kill me. There's no doubt in my mind that that thing can actually hurt me if it plonks down on my head. So we'll keep that in mind. And just going to take another carrot bite. Not really any reason to, I guess. We're going to bait this thing to come back up. And I don't trust my luck to get through that segment like I did last time. So I'm going to go ahead and use my invincibility. And use it here while this, like, a lady throws her volley of magics at me. And let's get closer. She's in a good spot. So one hit and hit number 2. I think that was also put in there to teach you. I get the feeling that this game is particularly well designed. So going to go ahead and assume that was put in there because they knew that if they put the flying enemy there, that they would eventually get like launched. They would eventually like go flying off into the anchors and die. So, oh, you know what's easier than doing this segment? Phasing through this segment and collecting Wow, that's a lot of treasure. You know what's easier than, like, going, like, fighting my way out of the segment? Phasing my way out of the segment. Perfect. I have very little mana. But there's a bunch more here, which puts me up to roughly half. And that's good enough for my taste. Let's pop this thing and try to get out before that happened. Oh, well, I'm not going to really beat myself up too much about it because we're going to be having ourselves some chicken, which is going to be a lot of overkill considering I've only taken 1 point of damage. But, I mean, what am I going to do? Not be healthy? That's absurd. Okay, let's go ahead and unleash some shell-based hell on that entire room. And, oh, interestingly enough, the invincible enemies just kind of hide in their shell. They could just get stunned. Okay, hit this, hit that. And then we have to hit it again, and again, again, and jump off and hit that. Okay, so that was just like some nice, like, gentle timing puzzles. Hello, Zero Gravity. If you were 7Wags, I would ignore you. Instead, you're Zero Gravity, so I pay attention to you. If 7Wags is watching, I don't care. Cool, it's treasure night. My gems, my vessel, my ocean, your very presence tarnishes. You're to lay claim to the sea itself. Your greed knows no bounds, treasure night. Your hands are no less dirty. Even now, others are paying for your avarice. Let us duel, winner take all. He's standing on treasure. Cool, ow. Definitely, ow. Okay, so that guy has no. That guy is meaty, painful, and pain-filled, which are 3 things that I normally don't look for in a full and complete breakfast, but instead I'm getting plenty of it. And it looks like he can choose whether or not to draw himself towards me or use his hook more. Either way, I'm actually doing reasonably well. He's down to roughly the same amount of health I am. That's not good. I'm gonna go ahead and run away. Crap. It took my treasure. And it hurt me. And there's the drawbridge. I wish I could do something about it. I cannot. Okay, 1... Ah, shit. Okay, that's fine. Golden Lanch? Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It was like an earthquake of money. He's putting, what's his name, Scrooge McDuck to shame. What a dick. I mean, Scrooge McDuck. This guy's, yeah, relatively dick-like. I would say 80% dick? I don't know. Anyway, what I was saying is really interesting that he can, like, choose whether to, like, hook himself up with his attack or just kind of... This is a new attack. I haven't seen that in this phase at all. This is a great boss. Really, really, actually, surprisingly unusual for this game. I mean, for this style of game. Like, I've never quite seen bosses within a pattern like this. Totally something unique to this game. I am not doing as hot because he's throwing attacks at me that I didn't really see coming in the last, because he didn't use them last time. So he's going to probably... Ooh. Okay, that tell, I thought that he was going to do something different. I thought it was going to be this one where he throws out his treasure chest. Luckily, I'm going to be able to get some good hits. Can't really do anything about that. Oh, I can phase. That's how I do things about that. I wonder... I probably can't attack while I'm phased. I mean, that would be unfair to him. But there we are, second hit. I mean, second try, kicked his ass. Feat accomplished, halfway. I've killed half of the bosses, haven't I? Cool. Well, what we're going to do as soon as we finish up looking at, I don't know, victory screens, is I'm going to pop back over to the town, and I'm going to buy myself some extra, like a big old steak, and get myself some healthies. But first, Shovel Knight's going to go ahead and warm up his boots. And the world's smallest trees. Second day is a charm. Yeah, second try is a charm. Oh, okay, he's not going to have any dreams. Well, let's dig this up and get a couple extra monies. Shovel Knight, why are you burning money? Shovel Knight, money isn't very flammable, especially when there are things like diamonds and stuff like that. Okay.